Today, what we're going to talk about is the allure. We're going to talk about the allure of black men, unpacking their appeal to women. Now, I know that this may be a controversial topic to many, but I think it's an important topic to break down. Um, Attraction is complex, and sometimes the reason behind it is rarely discussed. So, here on today's broadcast, we're going to talk about the allure of black men and their appeal to women, and we are going to look into the profound cultural pride to their innate charisma and strength. We'll explore what makes them so unique, appealing. So I know that this is a nuanced and sometimes controversial topic, but it is going to be an empowering conversation. So with no further ado, I'm going to get right into my topic. And I made this image because women of diverse backgrounds find black men attractive. And I noticed that we are bombarded with a lot of media that tells us that we are not attractive, we are not this, we are not that. And it's just not true. That's the rain, guys. Don't worry about it. But with no further ado, guys, let's get let me share my screen and get today's broadcast going. And I would like to start today's broadcast with some positive affirmations.
Black man, remind you that you are not disposable. So much content is being produced right now on, hey, if you do this, I'm out. Hey, if you do that, I'm out. And I need to make it clear that you are allowed to be imperfect. In fact, you're only human. And this idea that you have to be at an inhuman level to be perceived as acceptable is deeply rooted in racism. This world's like intolerance for you is shown when you mess up, when you make a mistake. We have the dude who is dating Kiki Palmer. The moment that he tweeted something that was really immature, to be honest, because it should have been dealt with in private, there was millions of people ready to drag him, ready to bring him down, ready to bully him, and it's been accepted. No one caring about his mental state, no one caring about his emotional state, no one taking in like empathy and accountability for how that must have felt for him. And I just am so like upset and protective of the fact that so many people are ready to pounce on black men when they make a mistake or when they mess up, and they don't leave any room for imperfection.
Guys, I think that it's important to have some balance. So on today's broadcast, what I want to do is I want to talk about what makes black men so attractive. And black men are attractive. And I think that this is often downplayed. So we're going to talk about why that is, but we're also going to talk about uh, the beauty in the fact that a diverse group of women find black men attractive.
I love you, black man. I just need you to know. You may be misunderstood, but your brilliance, it shows. Why do you think so many are threatened by you? They can see that bright aura, that powerful hue. I love you, black man. You may be flawed just like me, but no matter what this world says, you're a king originally. You lead with strength and authority, commanding attention and adoration naturally. See, I love me some black men. The way your brown skin blends in with mine, you make me forget about all my problems and remind me to be present for this moment in time. You are sublime.
And I thank you, sister. I think that A lot of times, guys, we are bombarded with so many negative images that sometimes it can make us think a certain type of way. It's easy for us to think that black women or women of other racial groups don't find black men attractive. And a lot of times that's what the people who create the propaganda want you to believe. But the truth is, guys, you are one of the most desired men out there because is it's something about black men. I think that when it's been an entire system put in place to prevent you from doing certain things, and then you get into a position where you rise above it or you stay the course, that's going to inspire people. People see that. When you think of black men, it's easy to think about people like Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X. Think about even people in modern times that went against systems of injustice and asked for justice for millions of people. That's true masculinity, guys. And when women see this, that's inspiring. It's inspiring when men don't have to use violence in order to convey a message, and it's also inspiring when women reflect back to us in the mirror what makes us attractive, guys.
Sorry, but when I see all them videos and women are this and black men are that, I shut the fuck up. Because, sorry, I can't agree, babes. Every single flavor of a black man is delicious. Can you say delicioso? What are you talking about? Y'all be acting like the 2 black men you've came across equals the whole population of black men. You've never been to the South. You've never met more country looking black men. You've never met more, proper men. What? There's so many different types of black men. You got the anime lovers, the gym goers. You guys date the scammers and thugs, and then you go, yeah, all you fucking black men. Yeah, that's why you think that. That's why you think that. Because you're dating Pookie and Ray Rays when you could date men that actually are nice to you. Men that actually like you. You don't want to date the nerdy black men. You don't want to date the men that go to the gym. You don't want to date the men that have a skincare routine, that take care of themselves because they're sassy. You don't want to date those. So shut the fuck up. If you don't like black men, be quiet because you're ruining it for all of us. Shut up now.
Thank you. I like that. I like her spiciness and how she said that. But I'm going to show you guys how it's not just black women that find black men attractive. And I think that this is something that I want to get into where I want to discuss why that is. But I'm going to play a couple videos before I get into unpacking the irresistibility of black men, what make black men so irresistible.
Well, some of you didn't believe me when I was talking to you about German women and their love for black men. Well, listen to the next video. Also, their accent totally reminds me on the days when I was going to school and learning that proper Oxford English. It is so funny because that one girl in the corner, she really cannot wait till it's her turn to say something about black men. It's really funny. The way she's just sitting there smiling, chewing her fingernails. It is so obvious, and you would get so much of that if you was to actually be able to come to Germany. It's funny as hell to actually see that again.
What do you feel about black men? Like, do you...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't matter. It's just about...
It's okay, it's black or white or
Yeah.
half pink. Yeah.
So we feel like
It's about the character, of course.
Yes.
First of all, and of course, of the
A little bit a body.
Yeah,
or
but not
face.
that much. The
Yeah.
personality counts.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I don't care at all, but I'm really into black men. My ex-boyfriend.
That's a type.
So why are you into black men? Tell me why.
I don't know. I think they have like charisma and but I have good experience with them, and I don't know. I have a lot of fun with them.
So only black now, nothing else.
Yeah, once you go black, you never go back.
Okay.
I asked for strength. And God.
So, guys, I wanted to show that video because a lot of times, a lot of black guys don't don't realize just how desired they are. Basically, what I'm saying is a lot of black men don't value themselves. They don't know how valuable that they are because the society teaches black men that they are less than. However, the reality is if you're able to get out of that bubble, you're going to realize that it's so many good experiences waiting for you on the other side. Now that's to the fellas. But what I really want to talk about also is why black women, white women, women of all ethnicities find men attractive, black men attractive. And it has to do with cultural richness and identity. A lot of black men, we have, especially, well, I would say no matter what culture you come from, right? We have diverse backgrounds, right? We are incredibly diverse, incredibly diverse. You have black people who speak Espanol, black people who speak French, black people that speak indigenous languages or local languages, black people like me that converse in English. So it's a wide range of experiences, traditions, and perspectives that can be captivating. Also, resilience and strength. Historically, black men have demonstrated immense resilience in the face of adversity, a quality often seen as highly attractive. Would you agree? Okay, I'm going to show you an example of what I'm talking about. A lot of black men don't value themselves because they don't know how amazing that they are. And this is part of the reason why I want to do broadcasts like this, not just on history, because I do a lot of history on my channel. I am a historian, actually. I went to university, did it. I work as an educator. I also work in the trucking industry. And I realized that is when you travel more, you realize more. I think that I'm able to think in the manner that I do is because I have a wide range of experience with different people, which has enabled me to learn more. And why do why do different women find black men attractive? It's one thing if black women found men attractive. Now, women are women, right? Women, one thing I can say about humans is that no matter who you are, we all are similar, right? So it's things that make other men equally attractive, right? So I'm not trying to just say like, oh, black men are the end all be all. But I would say that black men are extremely unique for the fact that we have a unique skin tone, we come in different colors, and our genes are so dominant that when we mix or we reproduce, those genes are going to be present in the offspring, right? And so when you see people who like they want to basically mix with us and become us, that's very profound. Would you agree? That's extremely profound, guys. So one of the reasons why I think that women are attracted to black men is because our masculinity is not defined by what the dominant society's masculinity is defined by. Meaning that historically we went through things that shaped the way that we view the world. Our worldview, especially as Americans, the American black man, and respect to other cultures as well. Our perspective was shaped by having to be resilient. Now, when we read stories about horrible things that occurred in history. It can be viewed in multiple ways. Like one person might read that story and view it like we conquered the world. Another person might read that story like, wow, this really happened to people that I'm related to, right? Now, when people read it that's not connected to it per se, they might look at it and say, wow, those black people and those black men went through that and they survived it. That makes them special. It makes them special because most people probably would not have survived. And so that those things that we went through, when we acknowledge them and say, okay, we went through enslavement, we went through Jim Crow, we went through segregation, guys. What can we do to make sure that that never happens again? And what can we do to fix the problem? That's true masculinity. And women are attracted to that. And I would like to say that language can be used many ways, guys. But when we use language to convey a message, that's the highest form of basically art. So if we even look at art and music, while under a system of oppression, black men created some of the best art, whether it's literature, whether it's film, music. The black Americans from Motown to 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, or even modern times, guys, well, how we were able to express our humanity is what they appeal to. And culturally, black men value women. We value our mothers, our grandmothers. We come from a community where women are actually valued. Now, has that been demonized? Yes. But we come from a society where even before our introduction to European society, women were placed on a pedestal. You know, if you go back to civilizations before us from a few centuries ago to even centuries and centuries ago, thousands of years ago, you will find black women being respected in the art, from being represented as royalty to having positions of power. Um, Women have always been respected in our society, but you can't say the same for other societies. We are the one of the only groups that are like that, you know, and that's what also makes us special. And I think that when women interact with us and they have personal experiences with us and they're not going based off what they see on the media, they realize like, wow, these people, perhaps knowing can be beautiful because we not as good as we should be. And I would say that we are not as good as we should be, but I would also say that no one is as good as they should be, because it's a lot of things that's wrong with our environment. But despite that, it's things that make black men really attractive. It's things that make black men really attractive because historically we've been the only group leading the charge to fix it. It would be one thing if we just went with the status quo, but we've been trying to fix things, and that's commendable. It's people that find that very attractive. You know, if we're going to lose, you will want to be on a team with someone that's going to fight to the very end. You don't want to be on the team with someone that's going to give up easily. And I would say that that resilience about us is what makes us attractive. But that also creates animosity in others because we are athletic, because we're strong, because we're intelligent. And systems of divide and conquer has been placed on us that prevent us from being able to do certain things. However, despite that, a lot of women are still attracted to us. And I've been finding these videos of, and I travel a lot, guys. I've been overseas, I travel nationally, internationally. And I find that when I'm in other places outside of the United States, I've noticed how women treat me. And I can't lie. I would not be being honest if I was to say that it was bad. It's actually been overall very positive, and it was so positive and so constructive that it actually shocked me. And that's when I first discovered, like, oh, women of different ethnicities, different nationalities, they like us, right? In America, in the United States, and I am an American, and I love my country. My dad, my uncles, my grandfathers, they served in the military and protected and defended this country. So I am pro America. But the propaganda in America depicts us a certain type of way that I don't agree with. And so I wanted to make a broadcast, and I'm making a series of broadcasts on navigating interracial dating in a hostile environment, but as well as the allure of black men and unpacking their appeal to women. What makes what makes black men so attractive? Because these women on TikTok, on YouTube, and even in real life, they're choosing to be with black men despite the fact that it's certain challenges that come with being with black men. And I don't think that a black woman, a white woman, a Latina, or Asian woman, or Middle Eastern woman, whoever, would choose to go through certain things if it wasn't something special about black men. And so I wanted to just throw that out there. I wanted guys to really challenge themselves to reach their full potential and to understand that it's something about you that's special. And it's not just because you're black, no. But it's our cultural history that makes you special. It's what we've been through that makes you special, guys. And I'm going to have to do multiple episodes on this topic because it is very diverse. So that's been my stream for today, guys. And I thank you for tuning in. Peace.